You're going to complain so bad when we get to this, when you're editing this.
Welcome to the Vale, a rare bastion of civilization in a world recuperating after a terrible, centuries-long war. Though the battles ended 200 years ago, the land still recovers from this period of tumultuous strife and slavery. Join now the defenders of the Vale, as they navigate a world riddled with opportunity and tragedy, all the while seeking glory, gold, and adventure.
All right, so as that golem dies, you hear, my data indeed. you guys are so feisty. Oh my gosh, keep going. There's more.
Robbie John, I'm not feeling too well.
Oh, you guys are hurt?
Robbie John would like to cast a heal.
I don't know how to describe a deduction at maximum hit points, but he looks more frail than he should, but he doesn't look injured.
So he looks pretty bad, yes?
He's at full hit points, so he doesn't look injured, but he's looking more frail than he did before. Like I said, his maximum hit points have gone down.
I'm trying to figure out a way that, I can ask what percentage of your hit points went down without being like, Robbie John wants to know your HP. But that's...
I don't think there's a way Ed character you can ask that question.
Yeah. The thing I'm
But
wondering...
I also don't think it'll have an effect on what you do to fix it.
No, it doesn't have an effect on what she needs to do to fix it. But it's greater restoration.
No, I know. I was trying to figure out how bad you actually need it, because I've only got 2 level 5 spell slots, and I was going to use that on Mass Cure Wounds.
She's saying, suck it up, Buttercup. We'll get to it later.
Yeah. No, I get it.
And I love it. I love it.
I'm actually fine with it. I would say he looks about 7/8 of his normal health.
He's fine.
How about that for putting it in game terms, but not stating numbers?
You didn't put it in game terms at all. You just used different numbers.
Yeah, you did.
How about not exact numbers?
Robbie John's gonna look at you the same way I look at the baby when she donks her head on the table and be like, "Oh, you're not bleeding, you're fine."
Yeah, I guess we can continue then.
Robbie John is wondering, though, how everybody else is feeling right now and if they think that she should do some heals.
I've got a few bumps and scratches, but nothing I couldn't continue with.
I think
Nothing I would use a big spell on.
I think Ron may need a short rest.
Nah.
Roland is feeling well enough to move on?
Yeah, Roland looks like about 90% or so.
Alright, Robbie John is ready to push on.
Okay.
Sue would go back into stealth mode again with a 24 and slowly continue working down the next section of tunnel.
Okay.
Rolling a 25 for perception.
All right. You see what you see.
Sue's keeping his peepers open.
All right. As you come into this room, it's another big room, and you see like I said, you see the arcane runes on the wall like you did in the last one. Your gut probably tells you that there's something that's going to happen in this room once everybody gets in there.
I motion for the others to come forward and move to the center of the room.
Yes, get in the center of the room. You just going to stay back there and let your people get into this fight without you?
Yeah, they're fine.
Anyway, as you step into this room, you hear the voice of Mr. Guysir go, I had a different challenge, but sometimes you get memos from the boss, and things have to change. So this is going to be interesting as hell, because I got no idea what's going on. Everybody go ahead and give me an initiative.
You should be the thumb. The other guy, he's a wuss.
Sue got a 25.
19.16 for Roland.
Grok got a 17.14.
Onyx got a 20.
Rabbit John rolled the crit and got a 23.
Rabbit Jan's a dirty cheater.
Why?
Because you know these crits. You got a crit, your sword got a crit, your initiative got a crit.
She's full of crit.
You're full of crit.
Oops, I crit myself again.
You guys see these, instead of the green light coming from the ground, you see like a deep demonic kind of portal, almost like Jatharo's portal, open up. And through this, you see 3 kind of bipedal, weird, it almost looks somebody took a half dragon and turned it and mixed it with a demon. And they step through with these giant long swords. They're colored white. They've got white wings on their back. They come out. They come through the portals, hissing and glaring at everybody. And as they come through the portals, you hear a familiar 5-headed voice say, "I am still watching you."
No.
You can't just say no. It's Sue's turn. He can say no.
Sue, say no.
No.
All right. They all 3 step back through the portal and they say, "My bad, brother. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bother you." Just kidding. They multiply. There's 12 of them.
I step forward to valiantly meet this one and attack.
All right.
26 to hit.
That will hit.
26 damage.
Does an 18 hit ya?
Does not.
26 damage. Cheater, pumpkin. I added. Does it count if I add the hit points?
As long as you added them in a negative way.
Well, I added a positive. Its hit points went through the roof right there. And I didn't do good math.
Rabbit John is going to move forward so that she is in within macing distance of this first winged butthole here. And then she's going to swing her mace with a hit of 20 and 3 bludgeoning and 2 divine smite damage. And then she is also going to recall her spiritual weapon using her bonus action.
Are you going to cast this? Are you going to cast the spell? Because your spiritual weapon, I don't see the token.
I'm going to drag it out in a second here, but does a 13 hit for the same winged white butthole?
No. The winged white butthole does not get hit by 13.
That is Rabbit John's turn then.
So, is this the same spiritual weapon from before, or is this a new clock on it?
I would believe it would be a new one because I think it's only around for like a minute.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Okay, thank you.
Onyx.
Alright, Onyx is going to move into the middle-ish of the room where he's 10 feet away from the white little dude up by Robbie Jean, and he's going to swing his hammer towards his head. Or his halberd towards his head. 12 to hit.
Negative, sir.
Stop moving! Reverse the thing and swing upwards. 16
It hisses
to
and
hit.
it says, it hisses back at you as you attack and hit with the second time. It says, "You stop moving!"
In a minute. 9 points of damage.
It takes it.
And poke him in the back of his head with the halberd. 15
Barely hit.
for 12 more damage.
Hold on.
Okay, Roland is going to cast Thorn Whip on this one that's 10 feet away up here, and it's all by its lonesome.
Okay.
17 for 11 piercing damage, and if it hits, the target is dragged 10 feet towards me. And that's going to be it for Roland.
Hissing at you. This one looking at you, Rabbi Jan. You hear him as he says, he kind of foams and he goes into a crazy state, and you hear him cursing your goddess Freya as he attacks you.
That shit don't stand. Yeah, eat it. You're not gonna touch me.
Well, roll with advantage and still miss you.
Nah, Freya don't take no shit.
Grak.
You said they look like white dragons and demons at the same time, right?
I may or may not have said that. I don't know. You have to play the tape back. It almost looks somebody took a half dragon and turned it and mixed it with a demon. Yeah, I said that. I told you I said that.
Okay. Then I am going to be targeting the one closest to me with the actual spell name for the listener is Jim's Magic Missile, but Grok calls it Uncle Morty's Magic Missile. I'm going to get I forget how the spell works now because it rolled twice.
You get 3 darts, but they've recently pointed out that you roll once for Magic Missile and all 3 go off the roll, which I don't like. I've been playing the other way since D&D, right?
I've always played the other way.
But the empowered evocation only counts for, well, first of all, it's an evocation, or is it all spells? It's all spells, but it only counts for one of your damage rolls, correct?
Yes, I've only been applying it to one of the damage rolls when I tell you about it.
Alright, so you get 3 bolts for magic missile, don't you?
So I get one more.
See. Alright, what did your attacks?
Okay, so I hit AC 15 with the first one.
Which hits?
It's going to do 9 points of damage. That is counting the empowered evocation. So we won't count that again. I hit AC 29 with the second one, and that's going to be a critical. It's going to do 11 points.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. If you read the spell, it does bonus damage on a critical hit. This one dealt 2 extra damage on the critical hit. So the critical hit's actually going to deal 13, not 11.
Okay.
And the last one is going to hit AC 28 for 6.
Perfect. Anything else for turn?
No, I'm kind of happy where I am.
This one, this bottom one, Sue, as he attacks, same sort of thing. He kind of rambles and he's muttering, and all of a sudden you hear from him, "We'll have Springwater's soul too," as it attacks you for 24, doing 11 slashing, and then it bites you for 22, doing 6 piercing and 3 cold.
Is it doing something weird that's giving it advantage?
Mm-hmm. It certainly is.
Is that thing that it's doing giving me advantage when I attack it?
You will have to wait until you actually attack to see how the rolls work. And Ron, the same thing. It kind of sputters and says things. Actually, Rick, yes it is. It's basically doing the barbarian. I realized for your abilities you need to know. They're basically doing the reckless attack.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I try not to tell stuff. I was like, crap, he's got to know when he clicks the button.
Well, also, when it recklessly attacked, he's throwing aside all defenses. So for description of the attack, he kind of would get it too.
Okay, whatever. Ron, wait, what defensive stuff? What are you talking about?
It says in reckless attack, you throw aside all purpose of defense and attack recklessly. You gain advantage on melee attacks and blah 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 blah. But the flavor. No,
that's exactly why I told him. Okay, Roland, he looks at you and he mutters something. He kind of sputters and he's spitting, and you see a little foaming at the mouth as he attacks you, and you hear, "Forrest, your glaive will burn by the end of the day."
I don't have a glaive.
All right, well, he had advantage and disadvantage, so it's just regular. But 25 attacks for 4 slashing. And then 22 hits for... I'm sorry. That's not a claw. It's going to be a bite. Oh, you know what? No. That's right. That's going to be 6 slashing. And Rick, if you could heal yourself of 3 cold points, I was supposed to claw you, not bite you.
Okay.
It's your turn. Hey, Roland, you took 10 slashing. Sue, please heal yourself of the cold points. I apologize.
Done.
All right, Sue, it's your turn. What you going to do, buddy?
I attack with my rapier and try to stab it in the face. I hit AC 28.
Gosh, I want you to get a crit again so bad.
And do 25 damage.
It hurts. It's still there, but it's hurt. 25 damage to the face. Is that all your turn?
Yes.
Rabbit what you gonna do, girl?
Rabbit is going to do the mace spiritual weapon combo. So that's 18 to hit with the mace for 4 bludgeoning and 5 radiant damage, including the divine smite. And the spiritual weapon is going to attack the same guy, and that is a 16 to hit for 13 force damage.
As it falls to its death, you hear it scream out in a language you don't understand. And the portal that's above the middle of the room intensifies.
It does what?
That's not
intensifies.
That's not a good thing.
Okay.
She's like, "Yeah, I killed it." Wait, what? What's going on, guys? I don't like this.
Nope, don't like that at all.
Do you want to move, or are you okay?
Robbie John will move to help Roland.
It's going to be Onyx's turn.
So Onyx is not swinging over Rabijan. He's going to just take a step this way, and then he's going to attack that guy right there. Overhead swing straight for the top of his head.
You do have advantage.
27 to hit for 12. 25 to hit for 11. Twirling the halberd around and poking him in his little eyes. 25 to hit for 9.
You hit it a bunch. It's still alive, and it does not like you. So it's going to bring us to Roland.
Okay, I'm gonna try to attack this thing with my scimitar.
All right. He's going to try to attack this thing with the scimitar.
Yes,
17 will hit.
Oh, nice. 5 slashing.
For 5 slashing. Okay, you hit it in the chest with the scimitar and draw it across, and it kind of foams at you as you do. Anything else? Nope, that's it for Roland. Grok.
Grok is going to firebolt the one that is closest to him, being the one that is next to Rabijan, the spiritual weapon, and Roland.
Yeah, and Roland, your damage, I mean, there's a thin line of blood where you did it. It wasn't super effective, but it was semi-effective. So
I'm going to AC 21 and do 22 points of fire damage.
the firebolt hits it, and it just kind of reflects off, and it doesn't even acknowledge that you did anything.
Noted.
Sue.
Sue is going to make with the stabby to the facey again.
Hold on, Iani. I'm saying, Sue, I'm attacking you. I apologize. 22 and 23?
Both hit.
That'll be a total of 19 slashing. One from a long sword and then a claw.
I grunt a little at that one.
And it gets foaming. It's spouting names at you. It mentions the names of several people from jobs you've done in the past. And then, Roland, you get attacked, but it misses. You have 17 armor class, Roland, so it misses you. It dived forward to attack you with its mouth hole. Now it's time for Stabby.
Okie dokie. That's a crit.
That is a crit.
You were just saying you wanted to do that.
32 damage.
That is almost twice the hit points required to kill this thing. I don't know why I put the green dot there.
Good.
The green dot represents super kill.
It's overkill. As it dies, it's almost like you see a spirit lift off of it and fly towards that portal. Then the portal gets bigger, and now you start to see the head of an adult white dragon as it sticks it through the portal in the middle of the room, coming from above you guys about 25 feet. It's not corporeal. It almost looks like you're looking at a cloud that forms into a white dragon occasionally. Rabijan, your turn.
Can Rabijan attack the ceiling?
I mean, not with your mace.
Maybe if she jumps. No, I was going to use something else.
Sure.
Mayhaps a sacred flame.
I'm trying to sacred flame the...
My memory is fuzzy. If I use sacred flame, a cantrip, that will allow me my bonus action still, correct?
It depends on the sacred flame.
Because I know the sacred flame is not a bonus action. It is
correct. You can use
action.
sacred flame. I'm sorry, I spoke over you. You can use sacred flame and a bonus action.
Okay, perfect. Well then, Rabijan is going to attempt to sacred flame the ceiling, and there goes that. Does it have a dex save?
You cast sacred flame, and you see a beam of light travel through what would be the incorporeal form, and as it does, it's like have you ever seen like a laser projection on a smoke? And when somebody moves to the smoke, it kind of swithers, and you lose sight of what it is for a second until it calms down and reforms. That's what's happening. And as that happens, the white dragon turns and it looks at you and it says something, but you can't hear it.
I can't hear it, or I don't understand it.
You can't hear it. No noise is emitted.
Well, Rabijan is shook, and here's a spiritual weapon. 13 to hit?
Nope.
Alright, that's it then.
Yeah, I think we're back at Onyx.
Alright. I am going to swing my halberd over my head, go straight on down towards his little chrome dome.
Alright, let's see it, buddy.
A 20 to hit
That hits.
for 11 damage.
That hurts.
A 22 to hit
Also hits.
for 16 damage.
And it kills it. Rabbi, are you ready? Keeping his eyes on you, you start to see... Sorry, Grok's comment killed me.
It's an appropriate response.
I was hoping I was gonna get the move before he dropped the white dragon in there, putting me all by my lonesome on the map. Off.
That's okay.
And a
It's
white
got eyes
dragon
on
moving in the
Rabijan.
party.
So you start to see not only the head, but now you start to see the dragon's massive claws come through. And as it comes through, you almost see at the tips, you can kind of see as it goes, starting at the fingers of the claws and moves up, you see it start to become corporeal as it reaches through. And then the snout starts to become corporeal, and you can hear the snarling and the anger as it's focused only on you, Rabbi Jan. The dragon hasn't even acknowledged any of the people. You just feel hate like you've never felt hate before. You are dinner as this dragon starts to come through this portal. And then all of a sudden you hear very almost comical, no, no, no! Then a little huffy puffy as you hear, I am running experiments! You mind your own damn business! And at that time, the dragon again blinks away from business. It kind of fades out, and you see a kind of, I'm pointing at the map on a spot, you can't see it. Right about here, Guysir guy, sir. You see like an image, think Star Wars when they would communicate long distance. I'm so sorry. Some people are really mad at you and they're trying to screw my experiments up. I'm so very sorry. I'm going to deal with this. You finish the cave. Good work so far.
Just bring the dragon. We'll get him too.
You don't boss me around. I control the data.
No, your bosses control you.
Everybody's talking. I'm moving there.
Everybody's talking. I'm standing by people.
Sue gets a 28 to go stealth mode again, and a 17 for perception, and starts heading down the next tunnel.
Okay.
I jumped at that opportunity to get myself out of that corner, didn't I?
Yeah. You guys didn't want me to drop that adult dragon on you, did you?
No, I was ready for it. I had a comment to get all his attention on me.
I was thinking you were going to drop it right here and have it blocking the access to me. And then I was going to end up stuck over here by myself. And I'm like, I'm going to end up doing something that requires concentration and just go in my shell.
It would have done that damage to everybody minus a DC 19 Constitution save. Yay for theatrics. Anybody else following Sue? As Sue calmly moves on?
Roland is following along.
Yep, I'm following.
Keeping a little bit behind.
Robert John is following as well.
Yep.
You kind of hear, as you walk off in the distance, you hear the Guysir still complaining. I don't know why you would think you can just come into my experiment lab and mess with my experiments all because you got a grudge. You're so petty. I'm learning things here.
Robbie John is going to not like it, but she is thinking in her brain, thank you, Mr. Guysir.
Meanwhile, I'm thinking, God, Mr. Guysir's a dick.
You come into this room, and there's no arcane runes on the walls. But as you start to approach this next room, you see familiar arcane runes lining the walls.
Okay. Well, and I don't see anything else, just the runes again.
Yeah. There's a slight dip off in the back that looks like it might be a way down, but you just see, you see what I'm saying? Like right over here. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. You can't see that. I'm on the goodie layer.
Yeah. All right. I motion everybody to follow me in.
All right.
Before I come into the room, I'm going to go into my shell. I'm going to pick out my collection of rocks, and I'm going to toss them about the room.
How many rocks do you have?
Have 8.
All right. I hate you. I hate you so much. Put them where you're throwing them real quick. All right. Anybody else doing anything before, as you start to see the runes light up?
Robbie John wants to cast a healing spell.
You better hurry up and cast it. Also, everybody give me initiative in a moment. Or give me initiative now.
24 for Sue.
19 for Onyx.
22 for Robbie John.
21 for Roland.
20.14 for Rock.
Man, I feel like crap. I was the lowest one there, but 19.
Robbie John just gave everybody 32 heals.
Okay, and then you hear, okay, as you see that little corporeal image of Guysir again. And he goes, listen, you guys really pissed off Tiamat. Okay, which is impressive because Tiamat's really stupid and doesn't pay attention to anything except your stupid dragons who are really getting the bad end of the deal. So I owe you an apology, right? Because usually these experiments are unaltered, but she messed up that second one, means you wasted a lot of effort. I apologize. There was supposed to be some like robot things going on back there. But one last room, make it quick, and I will give you guys a reward if you impress me. But you need to impress me, because I promise at least you, and he points to Onyx, will really like this reward.
Just throw his ass in front of my face so I can put my talbot up it.
Are you going to be giving us a lost and found box?
I
I've
love
never
them.
fought these things before. I love them.
I love them. I can't kill them because I love them.
I've never fought them in D&D before, but I've always wanted to. Thank you, Ricky.
So as they pop up, now this was caves for monsters that were kind of unique to me. You guys get kind of pushed out of the way as the force pops out and they come from the walls. You see these good-sized snails with a luminescent shell and 5 flails. 5 flails coming from their head. I'm just going to roll initiative for them each. Yeah, flail snail.
I love
Yay,
that name
flail
even
snail.
more. I want one as a pet.
Yeah,
As
it
soon
looks
as I saw the token, my face lit up, Ricky.
perfect. She just got mauled by Rabby Jam, just got beat by Rabby Jam. All right, Sue, what are you going to do, buddy, with your super high initiatives?
I will move into position, and
As of right now, if you want to stand somewhere where one of those tiny tokens are, you can. I'll move it.
okay.
Because right now they're just rocks.
And then I will attack the one here in this corner by Robbie John. Ugh, 14 to hit with double advantage.
That was nothing. You missed. Clearly taken aback by seeing a flail snail. You were not up to par. Rabby Jan.
Robbie John is amazed by this flail snail, but she is still going to attempt to cook it with Sacred Flame.
What's your dexterity? What's your DC for spells and stuff?
17.
Oh. So you gotta click your damage. I don't see damage. That's at least 2d8. Oh, wait, you guys are level 11 now. That's 3d8.
So it gets 16 damage from the Sacred Flame, and then Robbie John will conjure her last spiritual weapon.
All right.
17 to hit for 13 force damage.
Jeez. Now, these guys aren't that big of a challenge, but yeah, they're cool. Roland, it's going to be a really high DC. You're basically going to have to get a nat 20 because they're super rare. But yeah, go ahead and try it. Why not? It's a 5% chance.
Sure. What sort of check should I make then?
Nature.
That's a 21 total.
With a 21, you know these exist, and you've heard that some of their components are useful for things. And I know that's general, but they're super rare. You know they exist and they're magical. And sometimes people use parts of them for things.
Okay. And then Roland's just kind of taking in the battlefield, I guess.
Okay. You're casting an animate object?
I am absolutely casting animate objects and then using my bonus action to tell them to attack the closest one to them. Closest
Okay.
to them is going to be the instruction that they get.
Who would make you these 3 attacks? So it's a d20 plus 8 to hit.
That is going to be an AC 23 for 6
Okay.
from that one.
All right, go ahead and select the next one and roll again.
Yeah, I'm just going to ping them right before I click it. That one's going to hit AC 12 for 7. That one's going to crit with an AC 28 for 12. He is going to swing at this one for AC 23 for 6. He is swinging at the one northeast of him, AC 24 for 5. This one down here, AC 10 for 7.
Give me 1 second.
I don't think.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. This one here is the AC 26 for 8. And do I have one here? Yes, I do.
Yep.
I couldn't see it under the spiritual weapon. And
That's why I don't like it.
That would be my last one for AC 22 for 8. And that's my turn.
Onyx.
Alrighty, he's like, a steed. Well, maybe later. And swings at this one, trying to hit him between his neck and his shell.
And just so you guys are, in case you guys are wondering, he has those tokens for some reason set to whisper. So he rolled, and he was just reading all the rolls, but they came to me in a whisper.
I set them as a whisper because I set them up as me being the DM.
Yep.
You can actually go through and change it and put it to turn it off the whisper.
I don't care. It's fine. I just wanted them to know, so they know that you're not just rolling shenanigan-y.
Okay.
So 22 to hit, right?
Yeah, and that's 16 damage. I'm going to take 5 steps that way and hit
It
this
kind
guy.
of slithers. It slithers and kind of collapses.
I'm going to hit him in the same spot, seeing how, hey, I hit it there and it fell apart. So let's try this one. Dang, I don't have advantage. AC 12.
And it'll miss.
And that's it, because I forgot to say it, but I raged when it started.
All right, so it looks at you, Onyx, and it's going to swing at you with one of its little flails has fallen. It's going to swing at you with the other 4 for 9 bludgeoning damage. As 3 of them miss and 1 hits.
To cast shield, and my AC will be 22.
Okay.
And when when that one came 5 foot closer, never mind. I'm not going to do it. I was
Okay.
going to do Sentinel, but
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that, and because we've gone some time. 24 for 7 bludgeoning damage. Go ahead and do your DC save. Rock. There we go. Good job. You saved. Roll up. All right. So on this one, instead of attacking Roland, the shell is going to start to emit dazzling colored light. It sheds bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30. And let me see how many are within the 30 feet. I think it's everybody. Yeah, we're all within 30 feet. So I need all of you to give me a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
That's a 26 from Roland.
16 for Sue.
8 for Gronk.
15 for Onyx.
14 for Robbie John.
All right, Grok, Rabijan, you are both stunned. You can't do anything.
Okay.
Sue, it's your turn.
I will move over to the one that just tried to flash me. I didn't appreciate it.
This is where he's going to get the crit.
22 to hit.
That will hit, which is good because the other two did not.
22 damage.
All right, anything else?
No, that's it.
Roland, it's your turn.
Okay, Roland is going to wild shape into a giant scorpion and then multi-attack the flail snail in front of him. 7, probably miss. 16 and 19.
All right, so it's going to be 4 bludgeoning, 4 piercing, and possibly 20 poison. That's impressive. Oh wait, no, it doesn't take poison damage. All right, good job, sir. You've hit it. Anything else? That's your action and bonus action. You gonna move?
Nope.
Onyx, what are you gonna do?
Ricky,
Yeah?
I'm stunned, but my animated objects are not.
Yeah, but your character would have to use his bonus action to do it. And your character's stunned.
I'm going to attack this guy, same spot between his neck and his shell. 14 to hit. That's a miss.
No, sir.
11 to miss. I'm going to poke it in its mouth with my halberd. Actually, no. I'm done.
Okay. 20 to hit for 6 bludgeoning damage. 19 to hit for 9 bludgeoning damage. A 25 to hit for 6 bludgeoning damage. And a 9 to miss for Onyx.
Yeah.
Ricky,
Uh-huh.
it says in the spell, it says you can decide, as a bonus action, you can decide what action the creature takes on your turn, or where it will move on its turn, or you can...
Yeah, but you don't get any bonus actions. You're stunned.
I know, but listen. Or you can issue a general command, such as guard a particular corridor or chamber.
Which you can't do because you're stunned.
Last round, I issued the general command of kill the closest snail to them.
That's
Exactly.
not... No, you had him attack.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, just want to make sure we're doing it. All right, that's all. You gonna say that's the way you want to run it? That's the way you want to run it.
Yeah. Because you actually had him attack. You didn't have him guard an area or anything like that. You had him attack.
Okay, so you're saying if
I'll take a look at it. Yeah. I'll take a look at it later and see if I rolled it wrong, but I'm going to stick with that for now.
Okay, I'm good with it.
What's your armor?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
17.
So 2 hit, 1 misses. 1 does 5 damage, and the other one does 5 damage. It was a really dumb way to say you take 2 attacks for 5 damage.
Important because I'm concentrating.
Yeah, you should be fine with those.
Or so you said.
You got like a lucky feat.
I don't think I have anything to increase that.
I'm sorry, I didn't do that on purpose.
Nope, I'm losing them.
Roland is mid. This misses Roland. Sue, what are you gonna do, buddy?
I'm going to try to stab this snail.
I triple dog dare you.
AC 26.
That
For-
definitely hits.
26 damage.
Nobody's stunned anymore. Actually, nobody was stunned as soon as it attacked. Anything else, Sue?
Yeah, I'll move up to another one.
Okay. And then Rabbit Jan, it's going to be your turn.
Robbie John is also going to move to a living flail snail, so she might pound away on it. She's also taking her spiritual weapon with her. Is that? Yes, it's still a thing. Never mind. I cannot move the spiritual weapon.
Oh, it's because it doesn't like you.
I've noticed this.
Fixed.
Thank you. Okay, so Rabbit-John is going to cast Sacred Flame because it worked pretty decent last time. So it has to be to 17.
It did not. Go ahead and roll 3d8.
It takes 12 damage with 1 crit and 1 crit fail. And then Rabbit-John is going to use her spiritual weapon. 28 to hit for 12 damage.
Ouch. Why are you being so mean to it? I thought you liked it.
I do, but I mean, he said to kill the stuff, so I'm doing what I'm supposed to.
Oh, you're listening to your new leader, Guysir.
Well, I mean, everybody else is doing it too, so.
Oh, so if everybody else jumped off a bridge, would Rabbi Jane jump off a bridge?
Somebody's got to heal the stupid bastards.
Right. Anything else on your turn?
No, that's it for Rabbit-John.
All right, it's going to be Scorpio's turn. And so I feel like I ruled the... I think you can make that. You did make a general order, so they would have kept doing that. But I also think that... So I think I ruled that wrong, but I also think that Rick is right. Yeah, basically what Rick said. So I think I did the one rule wrong, and then I overlooked the stun. They should have gone away anyway. So I apologize, and Nina.
And it all came out in the wash.
Yeah. But I like to admit when I'm wrong and then remember that for the future so I can try to not be wrong all the time. Your turn, Roland.
Roland's gonna skitter as a scorpion does.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll multi-attack that flail snail.
And that's going to be with advantage.
So 20, 19, and 21 for a total of 24 piercing damage. Or I'm sorry, 16 bludgeoning, 8 piercing, and a possible 30 poison, but I think they might be immune.
Yeah, the poison doesn't seem to bother him so much. But the other stuff, it doesn't matter. The other stuff before the poison made him die. And I think that's going to be it for your turn. So, Grok, you stumbled out of stunnedness. It's your turn again, my friend.
Oh my god, and there's still one next to me.
And he loves you. He loves you much.
No, I don't love him.
He'll wait for you to come in. He doesn't mind. What are you going to do?
I'm going to Thunderclap. DC 17 Constitution save. Or take half damage on a successful save.
Using the cantrip Thunderclap?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. It kind of, as you make the noise, it kind of shakes its head and looks at you.
Okay.
It took some damage.
Oh,
Onyx.
It did take some damage. I thought you were saying that it ignored it.
It made it save, so it took a little bit less damage. Or is it save?
Onyx.
It's save or half, or is it save or no?
Because of potent cantrip, it's safe for half.
Yeah, the creature takes half the cantrip's damage, if any. Yeah, so it's half. Okay, Onyx, what are you doing?
Alright, Onyx is going to come up this way, jump, and try to land on Snail's back.
Oh, you're gonna try to ride the live snail?
Yes.
All right, let's. Oh shit. Athletics.
Athletics.
Check? At least.
12.
All right, so we're not gonna have you take damage or get thrown off into the abyss, which I could have done, but you are gonna be prone right here.
Oh well, it was worth a shot to have some fun.
It was worth a shot, and you threw me off, so good job.
And I'm just going to take the rest of my turn to stand back up.
All right. And that's going to leave it the flail snail's turn. And it's going to hit on its friend here. You're going to take, 15 bludgeoning damage there, Grok. How many hit points are you down to?
I'm actually still at full because I keep using shield spell. And I'm debating whether I want to do it one more time.
You've taken a few hits even with shield spell.
The shield spell raises my AC to
But that's what broke your... But you only get one reaction a turn. That's what broke your concentration, remember?
Yeah. But I use the shield spell and it gives me +5 to my AC until the start of my next turn. So it's not per attack.
But we broke your concentration with 2 hits.
Shield isn't concentration.
Oh shit, that's right. I forgot about
I understand
that.
shield isn't concentration.
No.
2 hits went through that he didn't cast shield on.
Ricky's right. We got caught up on the concentration, and I did not take the hit point reductions because of it.
That's what I'm saying. You got hit twice.
I got to scroll back up.
To.
Yep, I have to scroll back up and see what damage I missed.
I was like, dang it, I know shield. But
yeah, I know.
hit him.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You did hit me. I just, because we got in the conversation about concentration, I forgot to actually take the damage.
Yeah.
So I'll scroll back up in a minute and take the damage. I'll let you know what I'm at. But
anyway, did you use shield again for this one?
No, I'm gonna save it. I'll take the 7 this time too.
Well, there's 2 hits. It's a total of 15. It's an 18 and a 20.
Yeah, I'll take the 15.
All right, Sue.
I'm gonna try to stab it in the neck.
All right, that's very mean, Sue. You're a very mean person to these cool snails.
26 to hit.
I thought that was a natural 20. I was like, oh, Lord.
19 damage.
Scrolling back up to answer your question that before the concentration checks, I took 12 damage total from that. I'm down to 47.
Cool, thanks. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, he still got full life. I know he got hit earlier. Rabijan, go ahead and make your first death save.
I apologize, Ricky.
I'm
Oh,
paying attention
don't worry
more
about
than that.
Don't worry about it. I just want to make sure we were all looking at the same thing. Rabijan, what you gonna do after you make your death save? Come on, make it. Just kidding, you don't make death save. What are you gonna do, Rabbi? Oh, you're dead.
Rabijan is going to attempt the Sacred Flame and Spiritual Weapon again at the only living snail.
Sacred Flame has been kicking these things' ass.
Beat a 17.
Okay. Sacred Flame comes down and scars the ground next to it as one finally makes a save against it.
Damn it. Okay, well, Spiritual Weapon's coming in next. Does an 11 hit?
Negatory. That would have killed it, too.
Okay, then Rabijan does nothing and pouts a little bit.
What does Scorpio do?
Scorpion's gonna chitter back and forth.
Got it. Grok, what are you gonna do?
We're actually going to take a disengage action out of there so the Scorpion can get in.
Oh, you want it? You got it, buddy. Here you go. You can have it. It's all yours. Bye.
I'm going to move there.
All right. Onyx, what are you going to do?
Since the riding technique didn't work, I am going to swing for his neck between his head and his shell.
He's going to try to tame a damn wild animal. 25 hits.
Oh, 25, okay.
Yeah, look where Sue is.
Oh, gotcha. 11 points.
That's enough. It's done. And as the last one falls, you hear, all right, guys, I have some apologizing to do, and you did a great job. So I tell you what, you can have one of two things, all right? But I'm going to need you guys, except for, I'm going to let, and he starts, you guys feel like you're being pushed back. He gets to pick right here. And if you guys try to speak or say anything, you're all silenced. Literally, Onyx is the only one who can make noise right now. And Mr. Guysir looks at you, Onyx, and goes, one of two things, and I'll give you whichever one you pick. One, I will explain what happened to your friend. Two, I will let you take a rest here, and I will bring Jathara right to you.
Rest in Jathara.
Okay. All right. It's safe. Rest as you want. And when you wake up, we'll have a chat.
Oh, what?
I know, I'm sorry.
Rabijan is wondering if we might talk about it as a group first, Mr. Guysir.
Well, I believe I was clear. He gets to pick.
Fine.
I know. I so want to know what happened to him.
Well, and out of whatever, it's not like you don't get to know. But it would have been a dump of information that you didn't have to do checks and run around and try to figure it out. Don't make an angry face. You're taking down one of the fingers of the hand, Rabijan. This is good.
I'm sorry, Robbie.
While Mr. Guysir is babbling along, I'm going to go gather up my rocks and put them back in my shell.
Well, Rabijan is going to take a nap now, and then she's going to grumpily wander off aimlessly because she doesn't know where she's going to nap yet.
While everyone else is doing that, I'm going to go ahead and do some searching. Actually, I'm going to go back to the other two caverns and search those too.
You're just going to search for loot, is what you're saying?
Yeah, and any other secrets I can find.
All right, give me a investigation for the loot and a perception for the secrets.
24 investigation, 21 perception.
You find about 150 gold on the 3 dragon demon things, or as they call them in the monsters manual, white abashai. You also discover one of them has a scimitar that really calls out to you. It really looks like it's above and beyond. The golems, there's really just grossness in there. There's just pieces of decayed flesh and clay kind of in a mound. There's no real loot from either of them. And then the snails. Now that is going to be a nature check to find out anything from the snails.
And I roll because I was going to ask you about the snails.
No, I think Sue's got it. Do you want to roll instead?
I'm happy with his 22 crit.
I was like, you got a natural 20. I mean, so you notice 3 of the shells have been taken away. They kind of disappeared back into portals. One of them was left. The shell, which weighs about 250 pounds, seems to have some uses. Does anybody here a crafter? Ren was. He was going to be my guy. So give me an Arcana check, Grok. You know that this is what you know, Sue. You know the shell is valuable. In your travels, you've seen these shells in various black markets that you've been to, and you know that they can sell for upwards of 5,000 gold a pop. Right? You're not exactly sure what they're valuable for. You just know that they have Arcana things that people can be done with them. Does that make sense? They can be used for arcane purposes, making shields, creating other stuff, things like that.
I share that information with Grok, at least.
My Grok, that combined with your 15 Arcana, you know that they can make a robe of scintillating. I can't say that word.
Scintillating colors.
Yes, scintillating color. Why couldn't I think of SC for some scintillating colors? You also know that they make some sort of spell guard shield as well.
Awesome. So we're going to be trying to harvest the shells then.
Why is Rabbi Jan? Why is that? Rabbi Jan, what are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'm
her sacred
trying
flame.
to add the damage to the roll.
Okay, well, stop murdering people with your flames. Like, randomly, flames of radiant damage are scorching the stone. Rabbi Jan's pissed that you guys are doing this.
She's pouting because she wanted to go find Finn.
I think all those scorching flames are coming towards me.
Not directly at you, but you're a little concerned. Yeah, you're watching. Pew! Oh, shit.
They don't cost anything. She's just throwing them across the room.
All right. So you guys are going to try to harvest that shell. You're going to try to chops it off. Has anybody got a good chopsing thing? This might be a Roland task. Roland, how's your druid feel about taking the shell off a dead snail? So why don't we have Roland make a nature check? If anybody wants to assist him, it can be at advantage.
I will be assisting him.
Okay, let's see the check.
16.
Doc is an awesome assistant based on the difference between those two numbers.
But you've got the shell. How are you guys going to get it out of here?
Would it be possible for me to retract my shell a little bit and have them put the shell into my shell?
In one piece?
Yeah. So
I mean, you're
he
letting
shoves
me
his
have...
head back into his shell and has effectively Onyx and I'm assuming like Sue or maybe Roland shove the big other shell at it. And like a snake unhinging its jaw, his shell kind of encapsulates it around it, and when it's done, he pops out like.
Robbie John is slightly impressed.
But your bag of shell holding is full. You cannot put anything else in there now for a little bit.
I thought you made it the portable hull.
While Ricky's thinking about that, when I come back, I do ask if there's somebody that holds like loot and stuff that we find. I found 150 gold in this fancy looking scimitar. I don't know what it does.
I've been more or less the treasurer for the guild, and a fancy scimitar, you say? That I might have interest with that.
Well, here's 150 gold that I found, and a scimitar that looks pretty nice, pretty well made.
This does appear to be superior quality. I will have to dwell on this. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. I figure we're on guild business, even though I'm not really a part of the guild. I might as well turn the stuff over to you.
It is most appreciated.
So he just kind of nods, but doesn't say anything.
Shall we call it taking a long rest?
We shall.
During said long rest, Roland would like to sit with the scimitar to get a feel for it, see if it has any special properties.
I can identify that for you if you want.
Sure. Yes. Be my guest.
It's a +1 scimitar.
While we're resting, Sue entertains all of you with conversation and witty banter. And anyone who needs healing can add an extra 6 points of healing.
Well,
that must have been what was meant by Finn's journal. He can't talk.
Well, we're doing a long rest here, aren't we?
Yeah. But just in case.
Well, I don't do the Song of Rest then. I just entertain you.
Probably with dad jokes.
Robbie John loves bad jokes.
I say,
hey, dad joke.
Hey, did any of you hear the barkeep say we don't serve your kind here?
No?
A time traveler walks into a bar.
How dare you?
You're welcome. What swims and starts with a T?
What?
2 fish.
Stupid. You're so stupid.
Turtle, fucking, there's so many things.
No, all of those things are wrong. 2 fish is the answer.
I can't disagree.
We're going to go ahead and end the episode there. Thanks for coming along and listening to us play some Dungeons & Dragons. We hope you had a good time. And join us next time with Defenders of the Veil as we try to find dragons to slay.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of Defenders of the Veil. You can follow the cast on Facebook at Defenders of the Veil or on Twitter at Defenders Veil. Please subscribe. Go to your favorite podcatching app of choice and leave us a 5-star rating and review. And be sure to tune in next week for more shenanigans from the Veil. Until then, Guildies, farewell.
Is Mallory back yet?
Not yet.
Yeah, right now the only camera that's working for me is Ricky's.
I have Ricky and Mal, and that's it. Maybe whenever Ron comes back on, I'll see his.
I've only had Ricky the whole night, and I've even completely exited my browser twice.
The only reason I even have it on is so I can see Mal's face. I mean, come on.
I've
Work.
only had Mallory all night, and I just lost her and got Ricky. I feel like I've lost out on that trade.
You did, totally.
Wait, just lost Ricky, got Mallory back.
No, I'm here.
It's funny because Ricky
We're
just
we're
showed
talking
back
about
up.
what everybody's cameras that are working, and Rick said that he's had you working all night, but nobody else. And I said I've had Mallory working all night, and nobody else. But then I just lost Mallory and got Ricky, so I feel like I've lost out on that trade.
Mallory's just turned on for me for the first time.
And then it traded back, and I have Mallory back, but lost Ricky.
I have to make large windows so I can see your hair.
Her hair's so nice.
No, I lost everybody, you know.
Ooh, she's turning lights on so we can see.
Her hair's so pretty.
Nice.
I'm
I saw
trying
the
to figure out
picture on
what
Facebook.
I'm trying
Dude, her Instagram, she was like modeling it.
to figure out what shirt she's wearing in her default picture.
I like it. It looks
with the
good.
guy with the glasses and the hat.
Mallory, what shirt were you wearing with the guy with the glasses? What are you talking about, Greg?
Here, I'll screenshot the picture.
Hair looks
Yes.
great, Mallory.
Thank you. My
I was
husband
telling
did a
him-
good job.
I was telling him on your Instagram you were looking like a model with your photos. I was like, oh my god, let me click some hearts here. I'm gonna follow before she
Oh.
blows up.
I was gonna say something to her and then realized my wife's a super jealous type, and I would have slept on the couch that night.
That's no
No,
good.
My wife knows me. I'm super friendly and joke around a lot, so I'm very flirty, essentially. But my wife's like, I know.
Yeah, Mallory, what's that shirt you're wearing in that picture there?
A
I
friend of
posted-
mine designed that. It's based off of Heisenberg from Breaking Bad. And that shirt is actually one of a kind. So I'm glad you like it. But I'm sorry, I
No
can't
wonder
tell
I
you
don't
where to get
recognize
it. Yeah, he did really good work, but then he kind of went off the deep end and doesn't do shirts anymore, unfortunately.
Of course, we know where to get it from your closet.
Damn.
Exactly.
No, we don't. No, that's mine. I love that shirt.
I apologize, guys. We talk a lot about rules. I should be better at that. It kind of drives me nuts a little bit when we break it down into rules. Not because I'm getting corrected on rules, just because I feel like I should be a little bit better of an arbiter. I appreciate your patience, and I'm really glad that you guys point stuff out like that all the time. It makes it easy. I usually learn going forward, but I appreciate you guys. You're fun people to DM for. Also,
It's fine. The rules conversations come up a lot in my games too. I think it happens in all games.
yeah, I want to get better at it though. You know, like TV people. So fortunately, Ron can edit most of that crap out. Like, here's Ricky looking like a jackass. Edit. You know what Ron can't edit out? Sounded like a transformer this episode. Poor guy. Side note, guys, I didn't write down the index finger's name. Does
He
anybody have
never
a note?
really gave it.
I don't know. I feel like
Guysir?
yeah, Guysir. What's his name?
You did not tell us. We started calling him Mr. Guysir.
Perfect.